Now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 10. I'm Dan Hagan. A major road in Stevens Point could use some work. Business 51 is old and some of its underground pipes are failing. Stevens Point has passed a plan to dramatically redesign their Business 51, which runs right through town. City Council President Melissa Johnson is ready to renovate the old road.
It's old, it's crumbling, the infrastructure beneath the street is failing. We frequently have broken water mains and sewer mains. That means the road, in a sort of an emergency situation, we're digging things up.
The city approved the plan and applied for several grants for the new design. This has come after 12 listening sessions hosted by City Council and several $1 million from state and federal grants. Noah Lentz is a longtime resident who is excited for change to come soon.
Right now you have 4 lanes packed very close together, relatively narrow lanes, sort of under older standards. So the lanes will be a little wider, but there will be only 3 of them, 2 main lanes and a turn lane in the middle.
People looking to learn more about the highway project and the upcoming announcements should go to the City of Stevens Point website. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joins now. Jeff, we had a lovely evening across the Northwoods.
Yeah, temperatures were a bit cooler today with highs back in the low to mid 70s. Tomorrow's going to be a bit warmer. We'll kick in a south breeze tomorrow morning and have high temperatures back up near 80. But today, oh so comfortable. 75 here in Rhinelander, 76 for Point. A very comfortable day out there now. It's kind of cool, right? Lows this morning in the upper 40s across the UP border. Most of us, though, will settle near 50 tonight. Already in the 50s now for Rhinelander and Eagle River or Vita, so we'll have a cooler evening tonight once again. All right, here's the radar, and again, there's clear skies up here, but there are some areas of drizzle and across right now. That will actually miss us to the south tonight, but this one here, that will get us tomorrow, likely about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, with scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms tomorrow into tomorrow evening. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies. Will be a sprinkle far south with low temperatures down near 53. Your full forecast is coming up. Dan?
Bridge is a popular yet complicated card game. One man in Eagle River has dedicated much of his senior years to teaching people bridge. Ed Stover is the founder and club director of the Badger Bridge Club. He has shown daily dedication to the club for 25 years. However, after a scare from COVID, Stover had to put his director responsibilities on pause, but today he happily made his return. He's been enjoying his golden years in the Northwoods.
I moved up to northern Wisconsin, Rhinelander actually, in 1994, and I had also a place in up in Land Lakes on the Cisco chain, and I've been teaching bridge up here for over 25 years now.
Stover is a longtime teacher and says being the Badger Bridge director has been a way of keeping teaching while being retired.
I'm also a lifelong teacher, and I realize that's a big part of it. And before I retired, I had started teaching bridge to seniors and running a bridge club, and I just kept on doing it, and I'm still doing it. Not for a living, just for the pure joy of doing it.
Stover just celebrated his 96th birthday. He'll continue his card playing in the weekly Badger Bridge Club at the Kalmar Community Center in Eagle River. A couple Northwoods water ski teams had a great weekend down in Wisconsin Rapids. That's where the state water ski championships took place. The chain skimmers from Conover took first in the Division III competition, while the Quahamats from Tomahawk took second. Also some strong individual showings. Dan Emerson with the Plum Skeeters in Plum Lake was named Outstanding Male Skier. Anastasia Kokinos with the chain skimmers was named Outstanding Female Skier. On Sunday, some Woodruff locals had a chance to cool off. Fire trucks rolled into the Holy Catholic Church parking lot to shoot water down at people. The Knights of Columbus's Father Dodge Council sponsored the event. All proceeds went toward the Northern Alliance for Temporary Housing in Rhinelander. The Warehouse Art Center in Eagle River is in the middle of its summer featured programming. It's called Living with the Northwoods and emphasizes the use of natural materials all around us for art, including birch bark. Newswatch 12's Mohammed Abdul Kawi has the story.
Yeah, Living with the Northwoods, we're trying to explore our relationship with Northwoods history, culture, tradition, and landscape.
Last year, the Warehouse Art Center had a project called Connect to the Northwoods. This year, they decided to evolve.
This grew out of that. Living with the Northwoods pushes on the question of with living with versus living in. And we plan on doing this every year now.
Donna Murray, the executive director, says the main centerpiece of the art exhibit is a unique birch bark canoe made by Wayne Valor from Lac de Flambeau.
And he also led the project in the wigwam that's out in the courtyard. So this is one of his canoes, and it's normally on display in the Lac de Flambeau Elementary School.
While the logistics of setting up the exhibit were difficult, the lesson was much more important.
It's difficult because this is our art education classroom, and to turn it into a museum means we have to teach our classes elsewhere. But we wanted everybody to have access to this knowledge.
Donna hopes that when people appear at the warehouse, they get to see how much skill the Ojibwe people put into creating birch bark art and crafts.
Boy, my favorite thing is just seeing the eyes light up when people come in and you know, just when you can present a wow to somebody and they can say, wow, I didn't know you could take a 20-foot piece of birch bark off of a tree.
And to teach the community a lesson about how great art could be.
We have to have art in our life to keep us going, to keep us joyful, to keep us hopeful, to help us learn things.
Reporting in Eagle River, Muhammad Abdul Kawi, News Watch 12.
The Wigwash Birch Bark Art Exhibit in Eagle River is free to the public and runs until August 20th at the Warehouse Arts Center. From art to history after the break. Coming up, we'll learn about the Wisconsin Historical Society Directors Stop in Rhinelander today. That's after Weather with Jeff right here on News Watch 12.
You're watching NBC 12, your home for dramas, game shows, comedies, and sports. NBC 12, from where you live.
The St. Germain Chamber of Commerce presents their summer concert crawl. Join us at this local establishment for great live music.
I'm Tim Michaels. Commanding the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was an honor beyond measure. America is a miracle of countless sacrifices from unknown patriots. Honoring that is our duty. But today, America is under attack by radicals trying to tear down everything that makes America great. This is a fight we cannot lose. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm running for governor to help save the America that those before saved for us.
Oh, great. My wireless bill just went up.
Should have gone with US Cellular. They aren't raising prices on any of their plans.
Seriously?
Yeah, my price won't increase.
Well, that is refreshing. I feel like everywhere you turn these days, prices are going up.
Supply chain got us too. Don't get me started on the overhead cost.
At US Cellular, every plan for everyone is price protected.
You know, I respect a female entrepreneur.
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
At Len's Truck, we've made the buying experience fast and easy. All our trucks are guaranteed clean certified, can be bought hassle-free online, and can be delivered right to your door. It's our way of saying thanks to our past and future customers for the last 35 years. And when you buy a Len's Truck, know that you're buying the best used truck money can buy. Go now to lenstruck.com. You'll find over 800 used trucks, all priced to move. Go now to lenstruck.com.
Len's Truck.
Huge auction, Mercer, Wisconsin. 2021 Chevrolet Trailbus, Roken motorcycle, tools, home contents, guns, and more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
$40. Take it away, boys.
All right, plenty of sunshine out there today, but the temperatures did not really care too much. Well below average temperatures today. Tomorrow we're going to work on that as we have a south wind kicking in tonight, and tomorrow we'll have high temperatures back up near 80 with some afternoon thunderstorms in there as well. Right now, though, we're hanging out basically in the 50s in Rhinelander under clear skies. A west breeze around 5 and a dew point there. Very dry air at 51 right now. And Wausau still 66 for you with a calm wind already, and the pressure is steady at 30.02. Okay, around the horn. Last night, we had some low temperatures in the upper 40s along the UP border. Probably not doing that tonight as we have about bottoming out right now. But overall, you see low temperatures in the 50s across the region tonight and then rebounding nicely into the upper 70s tomorrow. And we've pushed the really warm stuff well off to the west of us, right? Still over there, basically in the Dakotas. That's going to stay there for now, but 80s are in the 7-day forecast once we get past pretty much the next 3 or 4 days. All right, the average high is 80, the average low being 55, the record low 37 back in 1915, and that record high of 92 back in 1917. The sun set earlier at 8:35. All right, going forward temperature-wise, 78 tomorrow, 77 for Wednesday, and look what happens. That's a 70, and that may be a stretch, meaning much of Thursday we're going to spend in the 60s around here. That's going to feel refreshing. Again, the average high being 80, but then 74 Friday, and then right back up again on Saturday and Sunday, 82 by Sunday afternoon. Looking outside right now, we have lots of clear skies across the Northwoods, but there is increasing clouds across central and southern parts of Wisconsin right now, as there's a little system to the west of us. See that right there? That will scoot to our south tonight and not mess with us at all, but this guy over here, that's going to get us most likely some showers and storms tomorrow afternoon and evening, probably arriving 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon and lingering into tomorrow night. No severe weather with this one, but overall we'll have some showers and a couple of storms in the area tomorrow evening. So our forecast then for tomorrow, we're talking about temperatures hanging out, reaching for 80 if we get more sunshine tomorrow. I stopped here at 78 for Eagle River, also for Rhinelander and for Merrill, with afternoon showers and a couple of storms in there. Further south, maybe an 80 here. Again, that could be a stretch for Adams County over into Wisconsin Rapids, depending upon sunshine tomorrow. Our forecast tonight, though, is mostly clear skies. There'll be a few clouds across central Wisconsin. Look for low temperatures down near 53, about where they are now, with a calm wind after midnight. For tomorrow, it's Tuesday already, so mostly cloudy or increasing clouds throughout the day, and then storms later in the afternoon. A couple of showers in there as well. High temperatures reaching for 80. Again, we'll probably stop just short with a southwest breeze around 5 to 10. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Mattress shows thunderstorms tomorrow, non-severe through the afternoon. Wednesday is a couple of showers around. Thursday, a pretty good chance now for rain, especially in the afternoon, with a high of 70. And then we dry out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all dry with temperatures near 80. Dan?
Jeff, a new study finds that people who exercise more live longer. Harvard researchers conducted an analysis of more than 100,000 individuals over a 30-year follow-up period. They found that adults who perform 2 to 4 times the current recommended amount of exercise per week have a significantly reduced risk of dying early. Currently, the American Heart Association recommends that adults get at least 150 minutes per week of moderate aerobic exercise or 75 minutes per week of vigorous aerobic exercise or some combination of both. Today, some people in Rhinelander learned about the future of state history. The Rhinelander Rotary Club hosted the Wisconsin Historical Society's director. Christian Overland visited the Event Center Cabaret Cove in Rhinelander to give a presentation. It included an update on the new History Center opening in 2026 in Madison. Jacqueline Tetzloff is the president of the Rhinelander Rotary Club. She says educational opportunities like this one are just one part of Rotary's mission.
The Historical Society touches all 72 counties in the state of Wisconsin. And so the current Historical Museum in Madison is kind of falling into just old age, really. And so there's been a concept in the works for several years to build a brand new History Center in Madison.
Overland gave an overview of Wisconsin Historical Society's plans, key treasures from the collections, and society resources available to Wisconsinites statewide. He says knowing history is key to understanding the present and future.
What people don't know about the Wisconsin Historical Society, it's a great American history collection as well as the state of Wisconsin collection, and the only of its kind in the United States.
Proceeds benefited the Rotary Club of Rhinelander. A raffle to raise funds for the Rhinelander Historical Society followed. The Packers are a unique sports franchise in many ways. Coming up on Newswatch 12, we'll witness perhaps the wildest reason why with its annual owners meeting. We'll be right back.
Dear gas prices, my lineup brings serious savings. We got this. Toyota hybrids. Get 1.9% APR for 48 months on Toyota's most popular 2022 models. Toyota, let's go places.
After years of neglect, Tony Evers repaired nearly 5,000 miles of roads across Wisconsin. In fact, if you took all the roads Tony Evers repaired and laid them end to end, they'd stretch from Rhinelander all the way to Miami and all the way back.
Folks, politics doesn't have to be divisive. I'll work with anybody, Republicans or Democrats, to get the results that matter.
Tony Evers, he's fixing our roads and doing the right thing for Wisconsin.
Some numbers are thrilling. Some impressive. Some just right. After an accident, there's one critical number. The number that helps you get your life back by factoring in your needs for today and tomorrow. That's where Havish and Rotier's numbers really add up. With over 90 years of client successes and 13 offices to help you wherever you are. No other personal injury law firm is better suited to get the amount that's right for you.
Culver's couldn't have started anywhere but in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Still today, we are a family restaurant. Here, nearby farms grow the food we eat, smiles are contagious, and everyone is someone's neighbor. It's a place where our love of fresh food is as strong as our love for each other. It's a feeling of welcome you'll notice the moment you stop by. Because where we come from has made us who we are, and for that, we couldn't be more proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Dear gas prices, my lineup brings serious savings. We got this.
Toyota hybrids. Get 1.9% APR for 48 months on Toyota's most popular 2022 models. Toyota, let's go places.
Coming up on your Tuesday morning, we'll be joined by nurse Christina Paris for Nursing the North.
All right, and we'll be watching for chances of showers and thunderstorms coming up for Tuesday and also Tuesday night. But what else can we watch out for? More when you tune in on a Tuesday.
Sports Watch 12 with Griffin Stroing starts now.
By far, the most unique thing about the Green Bay Packers is that the fans own the team. We have multiple people here at the station who are owners, including Dan Hagan and Jeff Weller. And today was the annual owners meeting. 8,642 shareholders and guests were in attendance at Lambeau Field. The turnout was a return to a more traditional numbers after being down last year. And then the meeting was held virtually back in 2020. One of the biggest highlights of the meeting revolved around noon kickoff games. Packers president Mark Murphy said he knows that fans want more noon games, but says the reality is you only get noon games if you have a bad team on the field. But that wasn't the only news we received. Another tidbit Murphy announced is that the city of Green Bay is likely to host the NFL draft in either 2025 or 2027. The Packers previously applied to host the 2024 NFL draft, but that honor was eventually given to Detroit. The decision on the 2025 NFL draft is expected to be announced this upcoming March. And finally, after the meeting, it was released that the team had signed general manager Brian Gutekunst, head coach Matt LaFleur, and EVP director of football operations Russ Ball to contract extensions this offseason. Green Bay hired Gutekunst ahead of the 2018 season, and he proceeded to hire LaFleur as the head coach that following January. Since then, the Packers have posted an NFL best win percentage of 79%. That's a lot of winning in Titletown. Green Bay has won the NFC North in all three of LaFleur's seasons and has reached the NFC Championship game twice. The annual NFL quarterback tier list came out today, comprised of the opinions of 50 NFL coaches and executives. They vote on who they believe is to be the best quarterbacks in the league. And to nobody's surprise, number 12, Aaron Rodgers, is yet again in Tier 1 and was ranked the highest ranked quarterback in the league. This is also the 6th time in 9 years that Rodgers was a unanimous Tier 1 choice. Rodgers, of course, is coming off another NFL MVP season where he threw for over 4,000 yards and 37 touchdown passes. His greatness is undeniable, regardless if he finishes his career with only one Super Bowl title. A.J. Dillon was involved in an incident with a Green Bay police officer over the weekend. Saturday's soccer game experienced multiple rain delays, and during one of them, Dillon made his way onto the field with the help of security and planned on doing the famous Lambeau leap to try and get the crowd more excited. Things did not go as planned, though. You can see the cop grab him and then later on shove him as well. This upset many Packer fans in the stands and at home. Dillon would later go on to tweet that it was, quote, just a miscommunication between parties, end quote. Green Bay Police Department Chief Chris Davis also tweeted in response and said that their Professional Standards Division is reviewing the incident. Over the weekend, the Brewers locked up one of their main pitchers for the next couple of years. The Crew signed left-hander Aaron Ashby to a 5-year extension. The 23-year-old might not have the best numbers. He's 2-7 on the year with a 4.56 ERA, 1 save in 12 starts, and 6 relief appearances this season. But he's honestly been pretty good if you look at how he's done with the team. Ashby was on the mound today, and I'll tell you what, he had a great night, maybe his best night of the season. Went 7 innings strong, only gave up 5 hits, and finished with 9 strikeouts. Guy was just filthy. But the Rockies got a hold of one of his pitches here in the third. That ball crushed and long gone left center field as Colorado takes a 1-run lead. We're going to jump to the 9th. The bases are loaded. Brewers down 2. Luis Urias. He's got one chance, one opportunity to take this game, but he lines out to the second baseman. Colorado avoids the sweep, winning 2-0. Dan, not a bad first series, though, for the Crew after the All-Star break.
Thanks, Griffin. After the break, let's turn our attention to the national news of the day. We'll hear about marijuana tax revenue in Illinois, a fire in California, and a mysterious plane crash in Michigan.
It's Lumberland's anniversary sale, and to celebrate, we're stacking the deals. Buy any sofa or sectional and get 20% off your second purchase. Get another 20% off both items. Plus, we are still offering great special financing at Lumberland Furniture.
Hi, I'm Scott.
I'm Allie.
And this is our family from Shoulders RV and Marine. If this year's taught us anything, we believe it's taught us we need to get back to the good old days of enjoying the outdoors, camping, boating, and buying from small businesses. Here at Shoulders RV and Marine, we happen to check all of those boxes. Next time you're in the market for a dock or lift, boat, camper, power sports, or nearly anything outdoors, sales, rentals, parts, or service,
we'd love you to think of us.
Shoulders RV and Marine, across from Menards, Rhinelander.
Is it time to update your driveway? Contact S&B Asphalt to blacktop your driveway. An update not only looks nice, but it saves on maintenance and adds value to your property. Seal coating and blacktopping residential driveways, commercial properties, and private roads. S&B is equipped for the job. With a strong reputation as an honest company with competitive pricing, you don't need to turn anywhere else. Call S&B Asphalt today for a free estimate.
And my economic plan is moving this country in a better direction.
What planet is he living on? Record gas prices, 40-year high inflation, costing families $5,000 more for their necessities. Sorry, Joe, that's the wrong direction. Here on planet Earth, Senator Johnson voted against Biden's massive deficit spending that sparked inflation, and he passed tax cuts to help Wisconsin families survive the economic turmoil caused by Democrats.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
It's time to amp up the fun at your local Ford dealer. The summer Supercharged sales event is here. So stop by your Ford dealer today and check out great offers on select Ford vehicles. Then discover how Ford can take your summer to a whole new level. Choose Flex Buy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% APR financing for 66 months. It's Lumberland's anniversary mattress sale, and we've got great deals and specials on mattresses. Like a free bedding bundle with select mattress purchases of $5.99 or more. That's 2 free pillows, a sheet set, comforter, and 2 pillowcases. Free! Only at Lumberland Furniture.
Illinois reported the state tax revenue from recreational marijuana sales last year, nearly $500 million. That's a 50% increase from the year before. Under Illinois' adult use cannabis law, 25% of tax revenue generated from cannabis sales must support communities that are economically distressed, experience high rates of violence, and have been disproportionately impacted by drug criminalization. Since Illinois legalized recreational marijuana, $1.5 billion worth of cannabis products have been sold. A Tennessee building is no longer named after a Ku Klux Klan leader. It was previously named after Clifford Davis. Congress passed a bill to rename the building last year. The federal building in Memphis is now the Odell Horton Federal Building after the first black federal judge.
It's an honor. We couldn't be happier. We're enthusiastic. I think he strove to be sure that any person that came before him, they was treated with respect and they got a fair decision.
The Davis family also supported support for the name change. They said Davis's membership to the Klan and support for Jim Crow cannot be excused. Most microchips are made overseas, meaning that when the supply chain fractured during the pandemic, microchips were in short supply here in the United States. President Joe Biden and others are trying to change that. Biden met virtually with a group of CEOs, labor leaders, and government officials Monday to talk about the CHIPS Act. The bill would boost production of microchips or semiconductors in the U.S. It would provide incentives for manufacturers and more than $50 billion in funding. During today's meeting, Biden urged Congress to pass the bill.
The CHIPS Act, in my view, is going to advance the nation's competitiveness and our technological edge. You know, we've been working closely with the Senate and the House to finalize a strong bipartisan bill. Congress must pass this bill as soon as possible. So we can get it to my desk, we can sign it and get movement.
The Senate could pass the bill this week. Supporters of the bill say it will help reduce the semiconductor shortage and make the U.S. less reliant on other countries such as China. Northern California's Oak Fire continues to grow, but at a slower rate in some areas. Thousands of firefighters have been working around the clock to control the inferno and defend surrounding communities. The Oak Fire has burned more than 16,000 acres since igniting on Friday. Officials say they're optimistic they'll have containment by the end of the month. Airlines canceled and delayed flights across the country today. The disruptions are due to bad weather on the East Coast. Over 1,000 flights were canceled and more than 4,500 flights were delayed. LaGuardia and Newark airports in the New York metro area and Reagan National near Washington, D.C. were the hardest hit. A small plane crashed Sunday afternoon in Ray Township, Michigan, leaving 3 people on board injured. Aerials from this morning show the plane down in a wooded area. According to authorities, the plane attempted to take off and crashed after being only 75 feet off the ground. 3 people on board the plane suffered burns and severe injuries. Authorities say there was also a dog on the plane that remains missing. The cause of the crash is under investigation. We'll be right back after the break.
Find everything you need to enhance your curb appeal at Menards. Get a clean edge around gardens and flower beds with Master Gardener Lawn Edging. It maintains the integrity of your landscaping. All lawn edging is 11% off. Pittsburgh Ultra Advanced Stain is an exterior stain and sealant in one. It will bring out the natural wood look while adding protection against harsh elements. Get 11% off all exterior wood stains at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Rust is most active in the spring. Fight back and protect your vehicle's investment by calling Rust Solutions underbody rust proofing service today.
The St. Germain Chamber of Commerce presents their summer concert crawl. Join us at this local establishment for great live music.
This is the highest inflation in 40 years.
I'm now living more of the paycheck to paycheck.
If you want to buy milk, it's so expensive, you have to cut out other things.
We need somebody that's going to be an advocate for Wisconsin.
Ron Johnson is fighting to lower taxes for the American families.
Ron Johnson is a fighter as far as I'm concerned, and I know he'll fight for me.
Ron Johnson has my vote, and we need him where he is to continue to do his job fighting for us.
Wisconsin Truth Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hi, I'm Dr. Justin Scherer, DC with the Spinal Aid Center of Wausau. Are you one of the millions of people suffering with the symptoms of peripheral neuropathy? Your symptoms may include numbness and tingling in your feet or hands, difficulty sleeping from leg or foot discomfort, and debilitating balance problems. I have good news for you. You can now get relief with our breakthrough treatment method without the use of drugs or surgery. Our treatments help to heal damaged nerves that cause peripheral neuropathy. If left untreated, you may eventually end up with a walker or wheelchair, so don't delay. Call our office now to schedule an appointment to see if our treatment methods are right for you. We will do a painless neuropathy severity exam to determine the amount of nerve loss. If you qualify for our treatment, it can truly change your life. Start living your life pain-free. Call today.
Huge auction, Mercer, Wisconsin. 2021 Chevrolet Trailbus, Broken motorcycle, tools, home contents, guns, and more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
$40. Take it away, boys.
I don't know about you guys, but that's one big old fish. I caught this largemouth bass on an undisclosed lake in an undisclosed area.
You're not giving away your spot?
Of course not. This is my special spot. What do you guys think?
Bigger than any fish I've ever caught, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I've caught like a 30-inch northern before, but
yeah.
that was a long
That's
time
actually
ago.
a very average size for a fish.
Yeah,
but
so where's the spot? Where'd you catch
it's
that?
An undisclosed location at an undisclosed lake. I can't say anything
All
more
right,
than that.
so it's been good fishing weather, though. The fish are biting.
Yeah.
The temperatures are changing. That's a thing. And the moon cycle as well. Let's go outside now and check on temperatures. We're hanging out. Oh, there's the garden. Hi, garden. So at the garden today, we're talking about the garden is growing.
The garden is doing great. Yeah, I just want to show off the garden that you and I do the last 2 years here. And if you're going to come back to me here, this is the first harvest of the season,
Looks like
Jeff.
a brain.
This is a cabbage. It's about the size of your brain, which is, I think, a compliment. It's a pretty large cabbage.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
But let's go back to weather, Jeff. What are we talking
There's
about?
the graphics. Here we go. All right, so we're in the 50s out there now, a couple of 60s across central Wisconsin. There are a couple of sprinkles entering central Wisconsin tonight. Most of us will stay dry this evening, but not so much tomorrow, as we have a couple of thunder showers on the way, probably about 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, and then 70s into the weekend.
Looks like great growing weather. I probably should have left the cabbage out there.
Man. The puns are coming now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Thanks for joining us on News Watch 12 at 10. The Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon is up next. Think fast.
Wow, that could have been...